I'm following Death First Heard, celebrity news, stories like that, and before I even get into this right here, I'm gonna say this is speculation, this is not hardcore fact. However, I gotta make an important point. There was a story not too long ago that I covered that's been out there that Amber Heard took nude photos with an underage assistant. The thing is, they claim they met on a movie set. Now, what I've been trying to tell people who say that claim is correct, and we've got to go by that, is that these people who are famous know things can get out in the public, even before they're like very famous. People in modern times know things can get on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, things like that. So before that ever happens, they could have a story together about when they met for the first time. For example, let's say I have a live stream with a YouTuber and we say, hey, nice to meet you, never met before, the date's out there, a couple of years go by, we get accusations of knowing each other beforehand, but then someone says, no, look, that was their first live stream together. All these media sources reported on it, we've got tweets about it, that was the first time they met. Well, no, that's just the first time that word broke to the public. So now let's get into Elon Musk and Amber Heard. Again, my personal speculation, but I think my point's going to be clear. The claim is that he tracked her down, called some producers, there's articles about it, they didn't know each other until she was at that movie set, he worked on the same movie, that's the story. Now, what if they knew each other before that, but they told each other, we don't want anyone to know about our past together. We've known each other 3 years, we've done these things together, which is speculation I'll get into. So, you know what? Let's put some articles out there, talk to a producer or something, or even just tell people the first time we ever met was from that movie set or from that situation. How would anyone ever know? If there didn't happen to be proof out there, photo, video, audio, which there isn't all the time, most of the time, hell, 99.9% of the time there isn't audio, video, and actual evidence out there, then we wouldn't know. And look, people, like I said, aren't stupid. They know, or they knew at the time, this could go big. Their relationship could get found out. It would hit the media. So before that happens on the media's term and YouTubers' terms and things like that, let's see the story in there. This story about the first time we ever met. So that's all I'm saying. So keep that in mind. If you think you know the first time people ever met, especially in this case, Elon and Amber, or Amber and Savannah, you might not know. That could be something they seeded out there. They were smart enough to get the story going before it actually broke publicly. All right, so I want to get into this here from Instagram. It's from the JD case. Some of this material's not exactly what I like to be talking about on YouTube, so some I'll just read, let you guys figure out for yourself, and not get into very deeply. Death First Heard Part 3. This is the important part. I checked Instagram, wasn't exactly sure where Part 1 and 2 are, but this is okay for now, and this connects with the article we're going to see. Outside of drunken, violent tendencies, the sex parties were the first revelations to come at me repeatedly once I started to dig into Amber Heard's past. Information gleaned from varying sources who either knew her during this period or attended the parties themselves. Details lined up regarding costumes, satanic themes, and orgies performed on stages constructed at residences and around LA at the Bay Area. The same faces in regular rotation. Tech gods, you know who, capitalists, founders, top executives, and up-and-coming entrepreneurs gathering roughly once a month for wild evenings fueled by alcohol, sex, and some MDMA. Now, these parties could have taken place after she met Elon Musk, but the reason I don't think so is because if Amber was part of some of these parties, I think that would be before she got famous and got some acting roles going. Because like pretty much everybody else in the world trying to make it, before you get big and you get ways to pay your own, then you've got to do things you might not normally do. You might make compromises and take risks to get to that point. Once you're at the point of having the actor jobs, Rum Diaries, whatever other little ones that might get you bigger, you don't have to go to these wild things anymore as much, or maybe for different reasons, but I think you get my point. Odds are it was before her acting stuff. That's what I'm thinking. So now, where's the connection? Here is from the Daily Mail. They're reporting this too, about Elon Musk being at these things. So we've got a report about Amber being at them and about Elon being at them. We don't have any definitive dates. So that's why I said this isn't pure fact and evidence-based, but it's speculation that I think's worth it. The sex-crazed super nerds of Silicon Valley, open marriages, drug-fueled orgies, company outings to strip clubs, Elon Musk has denied sleeping with the wife of fellow tech tycoon, but in the world he inhabits, normal morals are for mere mortals. This one's from July 25th, 2022. A little bit older, must have missed it, but here we are. And they get into some details about the parties. Guests at the party on the edge of the world, hosted by a prominent venture capitalist at his beachside home outside San Francisco, included Elon Musk, who wore a black armor-like costume adorned with silver spikes and chains. Okay, maybe not. His old friend, Google co-founder Sergey Brin, another of the world's richest people, went bare-chested and in a vest. Take that with a grain of salt, but okay. Interesting reporting from the Daily Mail. Here they go on to say that when Elon Musk is questioned about these things, he is in denial, he denies it, but, not for nothing, if there were other super rich people involved in it, I think they'd all want to keep it quiet on that. And also not for nothing, it's not completely relevant to his business or anything like that. He gets into how he works crazy hours, so he doesn't have time for things like this. They also do say they rarely hear the woman's side, which could be true. And they also go on to say that these men think they're above the law and that kind of thing. Now, here's the thing. Elon Musk was obviously with Amber Heard. He obviously helped Amber Heard, and I'll dig into that, and I'll criticize him for that. It's just now, in 2022, from Virginia moving forward, we don't have rock-solid evidence he's ever seen her, talked to her, sent her something. With the donations, quite some years ago, yeah, he was there. He helped out. But recently, like really recently, it's speculation, and I think a lot of people are just thinking he helped her then, so he must be helping her now, with no actual solid evidence about that. I think it would be a hassle for him and a lot of bad press right now if he helped her, if anyone found out. So I gotta say, I do not think he is anymore. Which does lead me back to another point about Elon and Amber, is this. So let's say they were at these parties together. Well, that might mean that Amber's got something on him he does not want to get out. And I'm sure when Amber went to these parties, she probably took pictures of famous people and things like that to hold on to. So it's a fair theory. But I also think this. At some point, I'm not famous. However, what I do will get around the community, around Twitter. A certain amount of people will see it. It's not just like 2 friends and 3 of their classmates. A couple of thousand people will see something I do if it's controversial or crazy or something like that. So, you can worry about it. And sometimes I worry about certain things like, oh, what if this private thing I uploaded by accident gets out there or tweeted or something like that? Then some other YouTubers see it, blah, blah, blah. However, sometimes that worry about it gets so stressful, you're just like, F it. If it gets out, it gets out. I don't care anymore. So I really think Elon Musk got to the point with Amber where she might have had something. She might have had these crazy photos from crazy times, and he's like, I'm going to give her a couple of $100,000. I'm going to help her with this thing, with this donation and everything. I don't want this to get out. But then after years went by, he's like, you know what? I've been stressing for years. She's, hanging this over my head for years. F it. If it gets out, it gets out. You don't have power over me anymore. Go for it. I think probably is what he evolved into. I mean, you can't go your whole life fearing someone's going to release something on you. At a certain point, you crack and you're like, go ahead. I don't care anymore. You don't have any power over me. That's just what I think, because that's how I am. And I think that's how probably most people are. Anyway, shout out to this account. Also, shout out to Carla Ellis. She sent this to me on Twitter. She was the first one. Thank you very much. And let me know what you think, of course. Again, got to reiterate, just speculation here. I'm not trying to actually put any fact out there. Can't prove it this time. However, the odds are not 0 on it. And if you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing pop culture, That First Heard, celebrity news. I think I said that already in the beginning, but what the hell. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.